Good morning, Casting from Market Rock Outdoors YouTube channel, and welcome back. Today we're gonna see how we procure our wood. So there's not too much wooded area down around here, so what we have done over the last couple of weeks while we were up there hunting, every time we had some free time, I went out in the woods, which are up there, and cut some firewood. But that means my firewood is now up a pond, so I'm gonna have to take the bike, get up the brook, jump in the boat, drive up the lake, jump in my bike, load the wood into the trailer on the bike, drive it to the boat, load the boat, drive it down, throw it in my bike, drive it back down home. So it's a little undertaking, but it's good wood and good heat. I have only heated with wood so far this year, and it's really nice. The stove, I can tell you, can keep the entire house warm 24/7. You should light it properly. Last night went off, suffocated, but sometimes that happens, right? But every day, same procedure. First thing we do, I'm gonna check my snares, right? If we have anything in the snares, we bring it home quickly and then head up to the lake and jump in the boat. So I'm gonna try to load the wood into my trailer later on and on the back of the bike. Hopefully I can handle it and drive it down. The only downside is with that bike, I have to cross the brook twice instead of staying on the path which is there. So we tried at least once. If it doesn't work, we're gonna have to load my bike on the boat, drive my bike down the lake, and then you use the other bike to do it. So we're gonna find out. But the first thing we do today, we check the snares. Empty. Empty. Yes, number 3 was empty as well. Let's keep an eye on. I didn't have much success the last couple of days down here. It's still warmer. There's a horrible smell in the air here. I don't know what it is. Maybe a dead animal somewhere in the bush. And that's possibly what's spooking off the rabbits down here in the bog. So I have bigger hope for the area up in the woods. We're gonna find out. Yes, this one is empty as well. Might not be a good rabbit day. But you never know until you check your last snare, right? So far we had a fairly decent year. I got a total of 9 rabbits. So now, tried one already, really good. So I have 8 more rabbits in the freezer. So I hope I can fill my back limit over the season and load up the freezer with rabbits. As long as Annika and the boys are gonna like it. Yeah, there's no point if I have to eat it all by myself. So we're gonna find out next week. Yeah, then comes up the next one. And that one's empty as well. And here we are, last snare down in the bog. Empty. We either took them all already or they're scared off with the bad foul smell down here. I don't know. But we're heading now to the wooded area, and if we don't find anything there, we're gonna go back home. And I can tell you, I had a little accident here the other day. Down here in the brook, I lost my phone. Fell out of my pocket. Don't even ask me why I brought my phone. I don't have the reception, I don't need it, but out of habit, right? Put it in my pocket. Back home, I noticed, oh, my phone is gone. So I drove back the way, and I found it floating in the brook. So it not just fell out of my pocket, it fell out of my pocket and I drove over it because it smashed out. So never bring your phone out. The good thing is, I only buy cheap phones. So it's not a big financial loss, but man, oh man. You don't buy a phone quickly here. Leave the bike there. Don't want to turn it down there with the trailer, so maybe it's ending in the brook, but that's roughly the spot where I found my phone the other day. So that's my lucky spot now. At least the water table dropped enough so you can now walk to that area, which is good to driving around here and getting to things. Not so good for my water supply, right? For your water supply you prefer and things stay high. Because the problem with that spot is the tide can overflush it if the tide is really high, and you have a lot of water pressure from the other side. So every blue moon I get salt water in my system, so we need to be careful with that. Let's see what the snares here are doing. Empty, empty. Empty. 3 times empty. No, nothing here. Oh ho ho, last snare. And I got 1 rabbit. There's that poor fellow. Whew. At least the walk up here wasn't for nothing, right? Let's get him out. For now I throw him in the bike, get my wood, and then I put him in the freezer. Okay, let's bring that poor guy home. He's been here since last night. You can see how stiff he is. But at least we didn't walk out for nothing. Now we get our wood as we get a meal in our pen. But the walk back feels much better, I tell you, with a rabbit in your hand. So now we're gonna head back to the bike, drive up the brook, get my wood, and back home we deal with the rabbit. What a beautiful day! Look at this. Alright, we have arrived. Everything's safe down here. That's Jill's boat. So I'm free to use it anytime I want. I asked him if I can have it today, he said yes. One very important condition, don't screw up my prop. That's a brand new motor back there, so don't screw up my prop, right? I try not to. I really try not to. Good. That's the boat we're gonna take. Gonna load my few things in there now, and then gonna go up. Looks like there are at least 1-2 people up the pond, 2 bikes up here. They probably are hunting or something like that. We're gonna get the boat ready and then we're gonna head out. See if you can get that boat without damage up and down the pond. Slowing down a little bit, want to show you guys something pretty cool. Actually right around that knob, there's a beaver dam. First beaver dam I ever saw live, right? But usually you have in your mind when you know it from TV, they build it on the river, block it off, flood the whole area. Don't ask me why, but the beaver have chosen this area for the dam. It's a super deep lake. It's like 600 feet deep, so 300 meter. It's probably 400 meter wide here, or 1200 feet. So they're not going to block that off, but I guess they got good supply to whatever they want to eat. So let's see if we can get close and I show you the beaver dam. It's growing, they're still finding food right now. Beaver dam in a big lake. First time I ever saw a beaver dam. Anyway. Almost made it! Okay, we made it here, and I have to admit, I did the one thing you told me not to do. I let this prop touch a rock, and I feel really bad about it, I can tell you. So I'm gonna have to go to him later, tell him I did the one thing I promised I won't do, and probably get a new prop. It's not too bad, but I nicked the rock, and I feel horrible. Okay, let's tie up the boat for now. So there's my wood pile, First thing I'm gonna have to do, my bike which is all the way down there. But I can tell you, the water table has dropped dramatically in the last 10 days. It was all the way up here and went all the way back down there. So the whole pond level dropped at least by a foot. And for a foot on an area like that, we talk about billions of liters, right? I don't know if you can see it in the back, but the waterfall is still going pretty good. And I tell you what, with all the time I spent up here so far this year, it's the first time I'm walking down the beach. Pretty lazy, right? But if you have a bike up here, you're gonna use your bike, right? I walked a lot around all those hills this year already, so not that I didn't walk. But look at this view, how beautiful is it up here? Quiet, peaceful, I love it. And here we are, we made it to the bike. We're gonna grab the trailer, grab the bike, a couple of more things I have in the cabin and I want to bring down now. And then we start loading wood. Here I got my wood pile. Isn't that a sexy wood pile? I think it is. But let's start where it all began. I'm gonna drive out in the brook. I'll show you where I got my wood from. A couple of more sticks I want to pick up because it's nice dry wood. You see I got quite a few pieces of big dry wood in between here. A lot of birch that needs to dry out for a little bit longer. But man, I can tell you there is quite some birch in those woods. Let me see if I can show you. But that's just one of the larger pieces. Let's look at those massive whoppers of birch there, right? That's amazing. I don't know why I cut it, because I have to split it. It's easier to cut down a couple of small trees, but you see it, I want to have it, right? But small story here, you see that foundation? That's actually the cabin of Jim's dad, the old cabin of Jim's dad. That's the foundation. It was one of the first cabins up here, maybe one of the first two. It used to be all the way down there, the beginning of the night. At one point they floated down here because more cabins came up and they wanted to be with the rest of the gang. But Jim's dad isn't anymore. That's the remains of the cabin. They took it down actually last year. Probably going to take the rest down so they don't leave anything behind. But that's how it starts, right? Pretty cool. But let's head out there and get some wood. Right, here it is. Cut a couple of dead trees down here a couple of weeks ago, and we're gonna throw them down in the bike. Cut them down in shorter pieces and then throw them down in the bike, I would say. Or they're still a little bit higher than you used to. You can see, still cold, but that's the perfect temperature of walking, at least for me. So we take those, cut them down, load them up, and then we go back and load up the boat. Here you go, that's what I cut up a couple of weeks ago. Not much, maybe 4 sticks, 4 trees down here, 5 trees. Maybe somebody took already pieces, I don't know, doesn't matter. We're gonna cut them up, load them in the bike, head over to the boat and start with this, because that is nice dry wood. I should have brought gas. Okay, let's get some gas. Get the gas. Alright, let's fill up the chainsaw and then we cut the rest and head out. Let's clear some space. I really enjoy that thump which you hear when you throw dry wood on top of each other. It's even better with birch. That's it. Let's load up what we got here and then load the boat. That's a nice cart load there. But that's everything wrapped up here. Gonna pick up all the pieces that threw in the water, throw them in the trailer. We got a good cart load there. Head to the boat, load the boat, and then start moving the wood from the pylon to the boat. Drive the boat down the brook and start loading it from the pylon to into the bike and putting another pile up there and then bringing it home. To have a nice warm winter, you roughly touch every piece of wood here 10 times before it's burning in your stove. And that's cutting, loading, offloading, loading, 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 right? Splitting, burning it up. We're done here, get my stuff out, and then we start loading the boat. Lateral damage, how many pieces? Well, maybe 10. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 11 pieces in total, huh? Me too. Let's see how many times you fall off. Alright, that's my first cart load in. Right now I would assume I get 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 more, so a total of 6 cart loads in here. Okay, let's get to the rest of the wood. Just realized we got 1 flat tire. Let's fill that up. Oh no! My tip of my pump is gone. Oh, I have to look for it in the back tip, but there's a fuse with it. So you're gonna have to find the fuse which goes in there too. Fuse is gone. Okay, old school it is. There we go. It's the first time I ever gonna have a load like this in a boat. It's like the third time I ever drive a boat. Let's not overdo it, right? Not for the sake of saving one trip or a little bit fuel. And it's not my boat, right? Alright, we're getting there. And so far we got so far. I think 3 more loads and that's it for us. 5 loads in the boat. It's plenty of firewood. And then we pick up the rest next week when Finn and Annika are back. Now, try to push the boat in a little bit and keep loading. Don't want to have it go away, right? Alright, we got on 2 loads of dry pine wood. What I want now is at least 1 load, if not 2 loads of birch. So I got a nice split at home. Let's get the bike loaded. It looks like we only scratch on the surface of what's here, which is a good thing. We really need some firewood for winter. Let's get 1 more cartload. Let's try to play it safe today and only do 4 cartloads. Let's see if I have to push it further in. Just a little bit, right? A little bit at a time, keep it afloat, barely afloat. So when I'm heading out, I just push it off, jump in and drive away. Fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure if Jim would be here now, we would pile wood like that onto the boat and then drive home. But I don't dare it today. I really don't. Just a quick push to make sure we're still afloat. Okay, I think we're gonna try one more small load. That's it. Full load of wood. Look at this. It's a nice load of wood in here. I like it. What I'm gonna do, take my rifle with me home. Don't need it anymore. All tanks are filled. Drop off the cart and go home. Let's do that. Keep the bike here. Let's go home and try not to sink the boat, kill myself, or strike the prop one more time. I really don't want to strike the prop. The one thing Jim said, actually the 2 things. Don't kill yourself and don't strike my prop. Try to land now without causing any more damage. We've made it so far without sinking the boat, so that's pretty good.
Newfoundland turns wood making into a water job.
The quickest road often is a lake. So we stage on the beach, load the boat, watch the freeboard and run early before the wind picks up. Boat to landing, then ATV shuttles. 4 or 5 trips per boatload beats one overloaded run. It's ordinary outport logistics. Water as highway, stump to stove. We made it without striking anything. But just to give you a comprehension of how heavy the boat is up front, right? We didn't come in really far, huh? Compared to the other boat. Usually you land on the beach, but I took it nice and easy, nice and slow, trying not to strike anything here. I caused a little damage already, but we're gonna start offloading now. I just quickly want to have a look at one thing, because it sounds like somebody's bilge pump is going constantly. Let's see if we can get the boats in a little bit more inland and go from there. Let's see what's happening. Okay, looks really good. Try to pull the boat in by hand a little bit, secure it left and right, can't float away, get the first load out and come back. No reason to stack it on the beach because I'm 15 feet off the beach, right? Nice load of firewood to bring home. I'll try to pull the boat up a little bit more, secure it, and then we head home, offload and come back, get the rest. Alright, let's get the first load home, see Jim, tell him what we have done, and hope for forgiveness. Let's get one more load, offload the boat, and then we see what to do. Probably have lunch first. Now we got a nice pile of wood at home. Go back next week with Finn and Annika and Tony are back. Maybe take Finn. He will have a good time going up there. I think that's the last trip of the day. We're gonna head around now. Almost 1 o'clock. One more load, clean the boat, 2 o'clock. And then we're gonna have some lunch. Alright, we got load number 3 down here. Gonna offload it now, drop it down there. And then we have to go one more time. Got load number 4, clean the boat, and call it a day, I think. I'm gonna have to take a shower, that's for sure. Gonna have to eat something, and then gonna have to take care of the rabbit I got hanging there right now. Yeah, pretty good day. And you get into a nice rhythm. It's a really nice job. load. And out of here. Okay, last load of wood. Not too shabby. That should be a couple of weeks wood on here. And now let's look at the aftermath. Oh, the boat is a disgrace. Okay, let's try to clean it. Don't forget to get these home. Looks much better. I got my stuff and we get out of here. Oh, definitely looks much better. I don't feel too bad to leave it like this to Jim, but I still feel really bad about the prop. Alright, let's offload one more time for today and then we should be good. Or maybe split a couple of pieces just for the sake, but I want to see how my Fisker is going through the birch. It's going to be interesting.
Our piles match the island. Fir and spruce for easy splitting and shoulder heat. Birch for steady winter fires once it's well dried. Tarmac if you find it hot and clean.
I have to call it a day, otherwise I keep on going. Definitely a couple of weeks firewood for us here. I'm going to try to pick up the rest next week. So I hope you enjoyed watching that video as much as I enjoyed filming it. I'm really pleased with the pile of wood down here now. Pleased with the rabbit we got this morning. Pleased I didn't sink the boat. Not so much pleased with the road eye strap. So, but that's a small price to pay for a good amount of firewood. And there's 3 times that much still up there, which I have to bring down. So at least there are 3 more boat loads to come. Have a good day. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and please leave me a comment. I really want to know what you guys have to say. So, till next time.